In real life, no one can hear your asterisk. Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Fletcher Reed, and this is my review of Sky on Fire. It's the latest, and probably the biggest, failed attempt at producing a local blockbuster. It's got all the fails. Exposition sacrificed on the altar of more CG, more explosions. Check. Loud music? Check. Women who are little more than window dressing? Check. A group of, I don't know, but more about that later, people hijacks a truck full of X-stem cells, whatever those are. But then someone else steals the truck because, I don't know, Daniel Wu's not having a bad enough day already. Or maybe there's no reason. My biggest problem with Sky on Fire is that there isn't any context in which to situate the story. I get the impression that originally this script had exposition. It's actually a necessary thing because characters, like real people, do things for reasons. But if you don't show us what those reasons are, the audience won't know why the characters do what they do. We'll just watch them doing stuff and wonder why they did it. So without exposition, you end up with people you don't know doing things for reasons that you don't know. One of the three main groups in the movie is never really identified, at least through the English subtitles. I don't know what their motivation really was or why they're there. They just do things, but we have no understanding of why, and we have no real reason to invest emotionally in these characters. When someone tells a person, listen to your heart, and these two people haven't really been shown to know each other that well, much less have that kind of relationship, it comes across as overly melodramatic. I saw this movie for free in a press screening, and the audience was laughing at things like that. A lot. It was like sitting in a cinema full of me. It was bad enough that I actually felt uncomfortable. But in a lot of ways, Sky on Fire brings it on itself. People in the movie talk a little bit, and then they shoot at each other, or they blow things up, which is what we're supposed to focus on, I guess. One of the big car chases in the movie happens for reasons, if they exist, that escaped me. I think I've said before that the problem with big budgets is that they become their own justification. We have a lot of money, so let's spend all of it. The visual effects must have taken up quite a lot of the budget, but they still look cheap. There's a parking garage straight out of the Matrix, and a digitally rendered skyscraper that's as superfluous as it is fake looking. The only vaguely political thing you might be able to kind of crowbar into this movie is a tangential critique of the government's repugnant habit of throwing money away on white elephant projects that do nothing but put eyesores on the landscape. Sky 1 is a gleaming tower of CG splendor, especially at the end of the movie. Speaking of which, who knew that cars sympathetically explode like that? Well, no one, because we all know that they don't. But logic and reason aren't welcome here. The person behind that explosion and everything that happens after it has spent the entire movie saying that he wants to save every life he can. In real life, no one can hear your asterisk. In real life, there's also something called a drop-glide ratio. I say that because the last time in this movie that you see Daniel Wu, it's just special. Speaking of special, Sky on Fire features the greatest mobile phones ever. They have apps where you could monitor someone else's heartbeat or check on the security status of a building that you're not even in. I mean, apps that are so fantastic, you thought they could only exist in the movies. Wait. Sky on Fire does make what I would call pragmatic use of visual effects a couple times. I understand that it's safer and it's cheaper and it's faster to use computer-generated flames than to really set a building on fire. But I guess water out of a fire hose is more expensive than I thought because they CG that too. I understand, but but I don't like it. Now, I have to say, Lee Haitao is really entertaining as a fixer who works for the bad guys. He's like a Chinese Hans Gruber, a lot of fun to watch. I enjoyed seeing Joman Chang on the big screen again, playing her now seemingly obligatory security/law enforcement person role. Maybe she's being groomed to replace Maggie Shu, who knows. Eddie Chung Soo-fai and Philip Kung Ho-man turn in typically good, entertaining performances. It was nice to see Wayne Lai on a big screen again, just like it's always not nice to see Jim Chim. I thought that it was unfortunate and almost unfair that so many of the non-local actors were dubbed into Cantonese, because it really flattens their performances. If I had to say something positive about this movie, I would say that at least you get to play the official Silver Spleen game, Where is Jane Wong? I'm annoyed because I wanted to like this movie, and I couldn't. And I know people that worked on this movie, so I feel bad saying all these negative things, but I don't blame those people. I don't know who to blame. I just know that somebody's to blame. Now, if you want to watch this movie, I would actually recommend it, because although I haven't gone into everything wrong with this movie, if I did, you wouldn't believe me. And the only way you're ever going to believe me when I say this movie is just really bad is if you watch it for yourself. So go to a cinema, or I don't know, wait till you're on an airplane. But if you can't do that, wait until you can otherwise pay for the privilege. Now, like I said, I watched this movie for free, but I still feel like it cost me something. When it gets released to home video, I will, reluctantly, update the description with a link where you could buy a Blu-ray or a DVD. If you enjoyed this review, please tell me. If you didn't enjoy it, I don't blame you. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.